What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Round four is here. It is alive. And I will say, man, I will say it's been some surprising results, been some non surprising results. But I think the biggest one for me early on the season is West Coast Eagles. And I say that because, A, they have scored the least amount of goals this season. I think we already knew that. But I read a stat today because I was on the AFL app just reading a few things. They have been like 8 teams since like 2022, 2023. That's absolutely pathetic. That's a joke. Like, I don't know if I really saw that right, but if I'm correct, they have been in last place basically for like over 2 years. Like we have to be joking. We gotta be joking, bro. I mean, obviously you have Carlton, Melbourne, who have been surprising as well. Both are 0-3 in the season. But for West Coast being last place, having lost the same amount against Carlton, Melbourne, but you're still in last place. I mean, God, man, come on. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. But anyway, hope you guys are doing good and amazing, doing very, very well. Just looking at the just give me a minute. Oh my god. Just looking at the ladder. Obviously Hawthorne first place, 4-0 going up against Port Adelaide. Adelaide Crows, who I think Tex Walker, Fogarty, I think his name is Tilthorpe. Tilthorpe, something like that, have been one of the bright spots for Adelaide, scoring very, very well as well. Scored the most goals, 410 goals already this season. 410 points this season already scored. Absolutely amazing. Gold Coast have only allowed 111 points allowed, which is really, really good defensively. Be happy for Gold Coast. And if they're going to be one of them teams who defend very, very well, I'm all for that. Very happy with that. Going up against North Melbourne, who have the leading scorer. I think Larky read that today again. So big ups to North Melbourne for doing something great. Obviously, Brisbane on third place, Gold Coast, GWS, Collingwood, St Kilda, and Western Bulldogs. So still early on. North Melbourne currently in 10th place, probably the highest they may be ever this season. But that's pretty much the ladder. Very, you guys, let me guys about the ladder comments down below. But very, very interesting to see some interesting teams below the top 8. And if this is the top 8 entering, if we end the season today, this is the top 8. I mean, it's some interesting choices, but let's go ahead and let's hop into the round 4 matchups and let's see what goes down. So, all right, so yeah, Thursday, April 3rd, really tomorrow, my time, we have Collingwood against Carlton. Carlton need a win, and at some point, you have to get a win. I don't think Carlton are that bad, but from what I've known, like, they haven't really been playing together as like a team and all, and they just aren't doing a lot of like good things. So it's very, very surprising because you have Charlie Curnow and all. Curnow against Collingwood. I got Collingwood winning. I think they're just going to continue to add misery into Michael Foss and the Carlton team. Got Collingwood being them. Geelong against Melbourne. Similar to Carlton, Melbourne got to get a win. You're 0-3. Your Max gone. Just the vibes just ain't great with Melbourne at all. The vibes just aren't great. Geelong, who are they have their ways. They can be good, they can be bad. They have their ways. I got Geelong beating Melbourne, and it's funny because right now Melbourne and Carlton are 16th and 17th, and I have them losing the first 4 games. Which who would have thought Carlton and Melbourne would potentially start the season off 0-4? I mean, absolutely jokes with them. But one of the better games in this round, Gold Coast against Adelaide. Adelaide have been scoring very well, but they're going up against one of the best offensive teams. So you have one of the highest scoring teams in the league, Adelaide, going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, Gold Coast. I think Adelaide do overpower that. I just don't think Gold Coast's offensive power can match up to that. So I got Adelaide beating Gold Coast. Saturday, April 5th, Richmond against Brisbane. Hopefully we can go live for that. I'll let you guys know. I got the boys. And obviously the slow starts have been very, very bad for us. I'm not sure why we're starting off so slow. But we need to be a lot better than that. And I did see an April Fool's joke. I thought Cam Rayner was actually leaving Brisbane for like a rugby thing. I don't care. I kind of got depressed for like a few minutes. But then I found out, yes, it was April Fool's. And yeah, he got me. He got me. But it's going to be at the MCG. I got Brisbane being Richmond. Sydney against North Melbourne. Because North Melbourne, a bit better this year. They're competing the best they can. I got Sydney beating them. I just think Sydney are going to get going. Last year they started off very, very well. This year hasn't really been the exact case. But I got Sydney beating North Melbourne. GWS against West Coast is pretty much self-explanatory. I got GWS being West Coast. I'm not really going to spend too much time on that. West Coast are trying, man. Hopefully, maybe. I doubt, but they gotta get their crap together. I mean, I know if like all the fans who support the team, big ups to y'all, man. True big heart. I mean, you guys are fighting through it, fighting through it. But GWS is just going to apply more misery onto that West Coast team. Port Adelaide against St. Kilda. Like I said, Port Adelaide, which is at times I'm like, okay, I can kind of see the vision, but at times it's like, nah, I don't. Going up against St. Kilda, who have been a lot better to start the year off. I think Port Adelaide do beat St. Kilda. You're at home at the Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide do have, like I said, their days which they look good. I have Port Adelaide beating St. Kilda. Lastly, Western Bulldogs, despite their injuries and all, are still in the top 8, seeing the 8th spot going up against Freo, who have probably been, to me, the most disappointing team this season. I got Western Bulldogs adding more misery onto Freo. And despite, like I said, the injuries, which I say every week about Western Bulldogs, and hopefully they get some more guys back. I did see that one of their players, they are trying to resign for like a few years. Big ups to him. I was reading about it today. I forgot his name. That's just me. You know me. Western Bulldogs, I got them being Freo. And outside that, Hawthorne and the Bombers are both on bye weeks. Thank you, God. Hawthorne bye week. Just chill out for a bit. That's pretty much round 4. I wasn't going to spend too much time on it because I'm actually pretty late in recording this. But you guys, let me know your guys' thoughts and comments down below. These were all the matchups for the week. See you guys later. Peace.